Speedy, welcome to the show for everyone. This is SPEEDy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. Will bring you sports moments of your life, and I am Benny Kuji. All right, it's Champions League night as usual. When we know that it's Champions League night, that means a lot of footballing activities going on. Okay, yesterday the games were played in the Champions League and surprising result, shocking result. We'll bring you all of that later in the show, and then some of the news making headlines right now. Manchester United financial result shows profit increase after job cut. After Manchester United cut a lot of job last time, a lot of people were criticizing the management, the board, and the owners for cutting down cost. But now everything seems to be working right for Manchester United. On the field, they are doing very well. Profit-wise, they are also doing very well. Moving from there to today's game, Benfica will be Benfica already in Madrid to take on host Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu. And one thing that has got a lot of people talking, Benfica actually traveled with Prestiani, and a lot of people were talking about it when they were in Lisbon about to board their flight. The whole Lisbon fan stadium gave Prestiani a round of applause, standing ovation, so to speak, and that has caused a lot of debate in the sporting world, and people are still talking about it. Maybe tomorrow we'll talk about the effect of that one, and then other footballing activities going on. Chelsea and West Ham sanctioned for their January clash at Stamford Bridge, and then also there are also news. One of the surprising results yesterday was the game between Bodo Glimt and Inter Milan. Nobody gave Bodo Glimt a chance, and that is actually our talk of the day. That is what we will be discussing today. But Bodo Glimt is just shocking everybody. They are playing the kind of football we have never seen. And it's just a small football team from a small town in Norway. Shocking result, defeating Inter Milan convincingly. Remember that word, convincingly. Also, remember they also defeated Manchester City. Yes, they did that. So we want to talk about Bodo Glimt. It is that Bodo Glimt is history wants to repeat itself with Bodo Glimt. Remember what Porto did 20 years ago. Is it what Bodo Glimt want to come and do? When we get to that, we will talk about that. But before we go into all of that, let's bring you up to speed with the latest sport news around you and around the world. The National Sports Commission, NSC, has said that invited diaspora athletes, IDAs, will make their debut at the first edition of the National Intermediate Games scheduled for Lagos later this year. The IDA is one of the many key reforms that the NSC-led leadership of Malam Shehu Dikko and Bukola Olopade has established as part of the Renew Hope initiative for Nigerian sport economy, RENSE. The Director General of the NSC, Bukola Olopade, said since the establishment of the Diaspora Discovery Athletes Committee, which is currently chaired by Tunde Adelokun, the committee had swiftly swung into action, with many Nigerians in the diaspora showing significant interest in competing for Nigeria. Olopade maintained that this is one of the reasons the invited diaspora athlete teams will be fully involved at the intermediate games this year in Lagos. The Confederation of African Football, CAF, has unveiled a comprehensive overhaul of its coaching regulations, introducing stricter licensing requirements and aimed at elevating technical standard across African football. The newly adopted CAF coaching convention will apply to all CAF interclub competitions, the CAF Women's Champions League, and every national team operating under CAF's jurisdiction. The governing body has made compliance mandatory, stating that coaches who do not possess the required certification must regularize their qualification in line with the new framework. To ease the transition, CAF has granted a 2-season grace period covering the 2025-2026 and the 2026-2027 campaign for coaches with valid contract signed prior to the implementation of these new regulations. During these windows, affected coaches are expected to obtain the appropriate license. And back to our topic of discussion. Okay, picture this. A tiny club from a town of 50,000 people located inside the Arctic Circle, where the sun doesn't even rise in the winter. They play in a stadium that holds fewer people than the crowd at a single Eagle Square rally. 10 years ago, they were bouncing around the Norwegian second tier. Today, they are the most feared giant killers in European football. FK Bodo Glimt. They didn't just beat Inter, they dismantled them. They didn't just compete in the Europa League, they have started dictating terms for the continent's elite with a brand of high-octane, fearless football that feels like it was programmed in the lab. But as they march deeper into the knockout stages, the skeptics are lining up. Is this just a localized insanity run? A freezing cold fluke fueled by artificial turf and a strange home field advantage? Or are we witnessing the birth of a new European powerhouse, a modern-day reincarnation of Jose Mourinho's 2024 Porto? Tonight, we are asking the question that has the pundit split? Is their success limited to the lightning bottle they've caught in Norway, destined to fade once their best players are inevitably poached by the big 5 leagues? Is their scouting, coaching, and psychological edge strong enough to actually lift a major European trophy? Is Bodo Glimt just a footballing fairy tale destined to end at midnight, or is this a genuine tactical revolution capable of shocking the world just like Porto did 20 years ago? That is our question today. If you're following us, this is our question today. Is Bodo Glimt just a fairy tale that before we know it, we will not hear from them again? Or this is a team that would eventually do what Porto did some 20 years ago? If you remember that Porto side under a very young Jose Mourinho, which we didn't even know as at that time. Is that what we are seeing? The numbers to call, as you tell us, you tell us your view or your stand on this, is 0903 648 5868. I'll take the number again, 0903 648 5868. Okay, with the lines already buzzing. Okay, let's start the show. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Benny.
Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, good evening. This is David Dorado calling from Agodi.
David Dorado, talk to us.
Yeah. Anyway, I myself, I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm very, very surprised because when they did to Man City, I thought it was a mistake.
Yes.
But doing it with Inter again, beating Inter home and away,
Home and away.
I know, they are serious.
Mm.
They are serious. Anyway, the thing is based on the coach and the understanding of the team.
Yes.
It mustn't mean you must have quality players, but before you perform wonders, you understand.
Mm.
Look at what
Or
is doing.
expensive players.
Oh, yeah, that is expensive. That is what I mean.
Mm.
Expensive players, buying expensive players. But if you have a good coach that can unite those players, they can play together as a team, they will have something very good to offer. Look at what Says is doing in Como. Who know Como?
Yes.
You understand? He took them from the Serie B,
Yes.
and now they are beating playing with Como now is just like playing with Baka now.
It's a problem.
The pattern of
Fabregas is actually causing problems.
problem there. Look at what he did to Juventus their last match. So honestly, if you have a very good coach like what Bodo Glimt just did to Inter, just shows very clearly that they are up for a business. Yeah. So those teams, the big boys, should be very careful with this team. They should be very, very careful. If not, I'm seeing more surprise happening. Yeah. I'm seeing more surprise. It happens, it do happen.
Yes.
Those underdogs, we can see where these people came from nowhere, Leicester City. When they started, we were saying, no, they won't go anywhere.
They will fall along the line.
They will fall. Till they leave the Premier League. So we should be looking onto Bodo Glimt. Look at a very small country and everything. So I'm honestly, I give kudos to them. Very, very, I'm impressed.
All right, thanks for that one.
So I think people should be very careful of them. Thank you.
Yeah. People should be very, very careful of Bodo Glimt. Bodo Glimt is that team where people, when a lot of people want to go and play games, they will stay Bodo Glimt over 2. They were going to lose, but not this Bodo Glimt again. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Good evening, Benny Kuji.
Good evening and welcome to the show.
Thank you. Kenneth calling from airport.
Okay, Kenneth. Kenneth, have you seen the wonders of Bodo Glimt?
First of all, let me also say thank you to my good friend David Dorado who just scored. Seeing what Bodo Glimt did to Inter Milan, for me, I won't really say I'm surprised. Yes, because we saw what they did to Man City. Though we say when they defeated City were in their crisis.
What about Atletico Madrid?
But no, I'm coming. But seeing the way they play, we don't really need to discredit them for the good work they are doing and say it's due to sheer luck. No, I think they put in lots of hard work. You see the way they play, you know that these boys are determined. And you see there are lots of young guys in the team. There are not much old players there to say. There are more of younger players. And they play more of a team football than playing individual football. So I think that is kind of working for them. And I also think they've not really met their match. That is why they are flying the way they are flying.
Wait. Let's address that. Atletico Madrid, not their match. Man City, not their match. Inter Milan, not their match.
Atletico, we've seen how they blew hot and cold this season.
Yes, they blew hot and cold, but when they came to Bodo Glimt, they had to blow cold.
Man City, yes, that was when they were in their cold period. I mean, when Bodo Glimt defeated City were not really having the best of their season there. For Atleti, we saw when they went to Belgium to play Club Brugge. Club Brugge proved to be a stubborn. They were hard not to crack. But when they went to Spain yesterday, we also saw what Atleti did to them. To show them that you're still babies. We know this game more than you do.
Okay, go on. Just go on.
Where I'm really surprised is for Inter taking them for granted, because we all watched what they did to Inter first leg. Inter ought to have known that these boys are not to be taken for granted. But yet, they still didn't believe this boy would come to San Siro and stun them the more. So I think it was more of Inter taking them for granted that caused what happened to them yesterday.
All right, thanks for that one.
Welcome. Yeah.
For Inter, here, Kenneth is saying that Inter took Bodo Glimt for granted, and that was the result they got. Hello? Yes.
Good evening to you, Uncle Benny Kuji.
Speedy, welcome to the show.
I'm slowly running here, the busy brain.
Okay.
Reaching you in a lady market now.
Okay, busy brain, go on.
Yes. First, I will congratulate Bodo Glimt. But they surprised a whole lot of spectators yesterday. After shocking Inter Milan and 3-1 in their very own home. Coming to Inter Milan to also
busy brain.
Inter Milan by 2-1.
Busy brain.
Yes.
Please, can you just, while you are talking, can you just move away from where you are? It's a little bit noisy.
Yes, I'm away from it.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, go on now.
So I want to congratulate Bodo Glimt.
Okay, go
for
on.
their impressive performance at the playoff of the UEFA Champions League. It's a very big surprising one, because they have been defeating all the big clubs. But I don't think they will progress far to clinch the trophy, just like Porto did the other time. No, like seriously, other big teams are also watching, so I don't think they will give them any opportunity again now to progress.
Okay.
I think that will be their last winning match that they won against Inter Milan. I don't see them progressing again. Whoever they meet, is either they meet Chelsea or Arsenal or Tottenham Hotspur or any other club. I don't think they will progress.
Do you think Chelsea can defeat this Bodo Glimt side?
Blue and white. Definitely. And definitely they are going to meet any of the England teams. So we show them that our own style of play is different with other style of people play. So that is the end of the road for Bodo Glimt.
Okay, thank you for that one.
God bless you.
I think Busy Brain should also know that this Bodo Glimt we are talking about defeated in Man City, an English team, and one of the best. In fact, one of the best in England. They defeated them convincingly, 3-1. Okay, hello.
Good evening, Benny Kuji.
Good evening and welcome to the show.
I'm Ugondem.
Okay, Ugondem, go on.
Calling from Sabongida.
Go on.
Yes, I believe the success of that club is as a result of hard work and determination from both the players and the coaches. Because the team is not made up of big stars. So the players there are trying to expose themselves to be seen by the big clubs in Europe. That's why they are fighting hard. And they will keep fighting because they know winning the trophy will give them a very good boost. Their main business. They can still pull another surprise. Yes.
But let me just ask you a question. When we see clubs eventually just out of nowhere, they come out like this, after just one season, we won't hear from them again. Bigger teams from the five big leagues will buy them. Even the coach will not see anything like that. Will this happen to Bodo Glimt by next season?
It might happen. It might happen because now there are some clubs counting those players there. So they might pick them one by one. And even the coach will be taken away by a giant club. So those are the reasons which at times you see them perform the next season, you don't see them.
You don't see them
again.
performing. Okay, thanks for that one. Okay, it's a very nice one when we see clubs come out like this and then they do very well, and then the next season they are not there again. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, Benny Kuji.
Good evening and welcome to the show.
Yeah, this is John Joe Andna from Yellow.
Okay, Ondina, you're welcome. Ondina, talk to us.
Yes, I want to tell the whole people that they are saying this club is a small club, you cannot progress, all those things. You know what happened in England? Something happened in England, and it's not too long that people are forgetting what happened day for yesterday.
Tell us.
Do you believe that? Do you believe that Leicester will leave Premier League in that time? Leicester City leave Premier League. So I want people to take that decision and took the decision. Look, I don't underrate any team now. No matter they are playing, you should focus that they are going to carry that Champions League. You don't even know. Yes, that is why I want to tell you people that any club that come on now, don't underrate that club.
That is, in football, anything can happen.
Anything can happen. That is it. And that is what I want to tell you people. Did you forget those who don't be surprised they will leave the UEFA Champions League.
Okay.
And you'll be surprised.
All right, thanks for that one.
Thank you.
Adonai is saying that in football, everything is possible. Don't just write off any team. You write. That's how they wrote Porto off. Mourinho just did it, and that was when everybody came to know Mourinho, and today you know him. He call himself the special one. Out of nowhere, Porto came out and defeated everybody and won the Champions League. This might just happen with Bodo Glimt. Okay, let's just pause here for a while and take the results of yesterday's game, and then matches that we play today. Before, if there's still time, we'll come back, pick some calls, and then we'll call it a day. Yesterday's game, Atletico Madrid defeated Club Brugge 4-1, and then Bayern Leverkusen played a goalless draw with Olympiacos, and then Inter Milan lost to Bodo Glimt 2-1, and then Newcastle United hammered Qarabag Inter Milan hammered Qarabag in that one 3-2. I'm just trying to get the the aggregate scores. Okay, I have it now. The aggregate scores for Newcastle United, it's 9-3 on aggregate, and then Atletico Madrid 7-3 on aggregate. Bodo Glimt winning 5-2 on aggregate against Inter Milan. Bayern Leverkusen winning 2-0 on aggregate. There are games that will be played today. The first leg have already been played. We're talking about the game between the game between I have it here. Paris Saint-Germain versus Monaco, and then Juventus versus Galatasaray, Real Madrid versus Benfica, and then Atalanta versus Borussia Dortmund. Those are the games that will be played later on today in the Champions League. Then that is the much we can take on that one. Let's see. For the first game of the day, Atalanta versus Borussia Dortmund, that is already going on. Atlanta is already winning. It's 9 minutes into that one. 1-0. Yes, 1-0. Atlanta is winning that one 1-0. And it's just 9 minutes into that game. Later on, and the interesting match that everybody will be wanting to see today is the Real Madrid versus Benfica. That match is going to be an interesting match. But the information we're getting is that Mbappe may not be in that game, and when Mbappe is not there, everything will have to rest on the shoulder of that young man Vinicius Junior. You know what he can do when it comes to that one. Okay, I think this is the much we can take on the show right now, but I will just talk a little about Bodo Glimt, that club. I love fairy tales. I love it when the impossible happens. I'm just praying that at least this season, this Bodo Glimt will do something that will surprise everybody. I know that after this season, they will just poach all the players, including the coach, poach everybody. But I know I'm just hoping that this season they will go very, very far, and let's enjoy good football. Let's see new faces. That is when the game becomes very, very interesting. Okay, this is the much we can take on the show. I will see you tomorrow where we'll talk more about football, about Champions League and other sports. From me to you, like I will always tell you, God bless your heart. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
This is
Asking Radio 98.5 FM.
Oh yeah. Déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oh yeah. Él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Él te jura un falso amor. Es un abusador. Juega con tu corazón. Sabes decir que no. ¿Cómo decirte que te quiero? Que muero por tu amor. Yo no he perdido la ilusión, ni el tiempo ni la razón. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Tu cuerpo y el mío juntitos bailando. Tu boca y la mía felices gozando. Vas moviendo la cintura, sube la temperatura. Yo te regalo mi universo, ya no lo pienses más. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Déjame decirte, mami, una cosita. Yo te doy lo que tú necesitas. Solo quiero que tú seas mía. Quiero hacértelo. Dame una
As King Radio 90.